We are finally going to be talking about coffee. So, before we start, where did drip bag coffee come from? So, I tried looking it up on the internet. Unfortunately, I really couldn't find any in depth history about it. I did find a couple of articles from Remote Coffee and
coffeeroasters.com.
there are a bunch others, but they usually just talked about the same thing. I will read excerpts from the two. So first we have Remote Coffee. The first version of the coffee bag dated back to 1990, and it was invented by Yamanaka and Co. The company uses a non-woven fabric made of microfine fiber. So their version only had one hook on the side, so it wasn't as stable when you put it onto the mug or the cup. I think it's safe to say that it keeps falling down because of the weight of the water. So then around the late 90s, the design was eventually updated to what we know of today. From
coffeeroasters.com.
presently, sales of drip coffee bags have topped 2.3 billion annually, and their popularity has been seen expanding throughout Asian countries such as Taiwan, South Korea, and China. Drip coffee bags also made their debut in the UK, Central Europe, the United States, and Canada in 2010. So that's pretty much what I could find on the internet. So on the other hand, I personally discovered drip bag coffees when my friend and I visited Japan last 2019. I dragged her to every coffee shop we could possibly visit during that time, and I was looking for gifts to bring back home to give to my colleagues when I was still working as a barista. Initially, I wanted to buy a bunch of whole coffee beans, but I realized it would be a little expensive and it would definitely be heavy inside my luggage. So when I was browsing in Kurasu, a specialty coffee shop in Kyoto to be specific, I stumbled upon like a pack of 5 drip bag coffees. I wasn't sure what they were at the time, but I immediately bought them since I did the math and realized it was much cheaper for the whole pack. I could get 5 individual drip bags already, so it's easier to give it out to my coworkers at that time. And that's how I officially got introduced to it. Now, because of the Rona, home brewing definitely became more popular, and these drip coffee bags became more visible in the coffee scene here. One last thing, I would like to put out a disclaimer. I am no coffee expert, although I used to be a barista. I don't think I am 100% eligible or credible to be reviewing things. This is no James Hoffman video, sadly, and there are a ton of other great YouTube channels out there talking about coffee. This will be a little bit more on the casual side, as if, we're just friends hanging out, talking about coffee. And if that's your thing, if you're okay with that, you are definitely welcome to stay. And I hope you stay until the end. Let me introduce you to the coffee bags I bought. So first I have this interesting one I randomly found online. It's from No Brand. Oh, can't even see it. It's from No Brand. Unironically, it's actually a brand. It's from South Korea. It's a popular store chain. I guess it'd probably be a Daiso of Korea. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if that's accurate. But the reason why it piqued my interest was because it came with this. And at first, I thought I bought a wrong product. I thought this was instant. And then I saw this paper cup, bowl thingy cup. And when I looked at the bottom, it was actually paper. It was actually made out of paper. Unfortunately, for this one, it didn't survive the travel because it already has a hole. I think the downside to it, besides the paper filter itself, it can only actually fit on like taller mugs, like these ones. If you have a taller, bigger mug, then this is the thing for you. Or maybe if you have a carafe, have a carafe that this fits onto, then you can use that as well. So the beans are from Colombia, as they have stated in the packaging that you cannot see because it's blurry. But yeah, it's 100% Arabica coffee beans. This looks like the grind is around a medium or maybe a medium coarse, and the roast could be along the lines of medium to medium dark. So next, I bought this from a friend of mine. This is Cafe Ukiyo. Cafe Ukiyo. So this is not the same drip bag I used. I used the Barako one, and this is Excelsa. I filmed the coffee brewing part first, so I don't really have the bag anymore. The box came with 10 packs, and there were a lot of flavors in there, but in particular, I tried the Barako. There's not much information about the beans. They only have general instructions at the back. The grind for this one seems more on the finer side, around a medium fine, and the roast would be more of a medium dark. Last, I bought a single serve drip coffee bag from a specialty coffee shop. We have Ikigai from Yardstick Coffee. This is their golden ticket. So the beans are from Brazil. The grind is probably a medium to a medium fine with a medium roast. Okay, so the coffee has cooled down a bit. By a bit, I mean a lot. I had trouble with my settings. That's why it took me a while. So first I will try the No Brand hand drip coffee. This is surprisingly good. Surprisingly better than what I expected. Just to be clear, this is 7 grams of coffee and I did 100 grams of water because I really wanted it to be stronger, but to be honest, the output is just this much. Maybe if I do 150, it would still taste okay. But yeah, I like it. Surprisingly, it has acidity, a little lighter on the mouthfeel, but you can definitely tell that it's hand drip or pour over coffee. Considering that this is a store chain in Korea, it's pretty good. I wasn't expecting good coffee from this, but if you just really want a good cup of coffee, you don't really care about the volume, I mean, this is your guy. Up next, we have Cafe Ukiyo. Ukiyo? Ukiyo? So this is the Barako version. So my recipe here is 200 grams water, and this is around 12 grams of coffee. Probably I would do less water next time. Although it's balanced, I would like a stronger cup. I really don't drink Barako coffee that much, but this is pretty good. I personally like it. Okay, so last but not the least, this is Yardstick Coffee's Golden Ticket. I'm not really going to compare all of them together since this is from a specialty coffee brand. I think it's quite unfair to compare it from each other. I like the fact that they actually have like a recipe at the back. They recommended 150 grams to 180 grams of water, and the temperature should be around 90 degrees to 96 degrees Celsius. But again, it's up to you. This is their recommended recipe, and my output for this one is 150 grams. I did check their website. They did say that if you'd like a stronger cup, go with the 150. If you like a more balanced cup, go with the 180. And yeah, I went with the 150 and I like it. It's very sweet. They did say it has a sugar cane tasting note. There's also a bit of a cacao and what was the other one? Roasted cashew. I could definitely taste those, but I think for this brew personally, I could taste more of the sweetness or the sugar cane. So I'm very happy with it. It felt like I brewed this in a V60, but in reality, it came from a drip bag. Let's now get into my final thoughts. Overall, I think it's definitely a great way to enjoy good drip coffee. You can bring it anywhere. You can travel with it when we're allowed to travel. You can bring it to the office. You can share it with your friends. You can gift it to your friends. It's definitely an avenue for people who aren't avid coffee brewers but would like to have good coffee without the necessary equipment and the hassle. I honestly enjoyed brewing these, and I hope you enjoyed watching me brew it and talk about it. And let me know if you've tried this or if you have any thoughts on them on the comments down below. Bye! About coffee.